The uncertainty has lasted 2 weeks, but in the next 24 hours, the shape of Australia's next government could become clear. The three-country independents are finalising their negotiations with Julia Gillard and Tony Abbott. Expectations are high that Labor will get the green light to stay in power, but the kingmakers are keeping both options well and truly open. This afternoon they had one breakthrough, securing bipartisan support for an overhaul of Parliament. From Canberra, Hayden Cooper reports.
Call it goodwill, call it closing the deal.
Are we doing the group hug?
Is this the new paradigm the independents long for?
You can feel the love, can't you?
With enemies side by side, a deal was struck to redraw the parliamentary battle lines and reform question time.
Here was a rare moment over these 3 weeks to nail it, and thankfully there's been goodwill across the board and we have nailed it.
It took them 2 weeks to agree, but all involved are now on board.
This is a good day to increase the democratic accountability of the Parliament.
This has been a difficult birth, but we have achieved a terrific outcome for the Parliament.
So what will the new Parliament look like? Well, for a start, the Speaker will be independent of government, and every day will begin with an acknowledgement of country. In question time, ministers will need to provide directly relevant responses, and to prevent waffle, they'll have less time to do it. Answers will be limited to 4 minutes, questions to 45 seconds.
Essentially, the importance of today is we're not going to have 14-minute answers in question time anymore.
That's one deal, but it's not the deal the two leaders and the nation are sweating on.
I would most certainly be in a position to make a decision tomorrow morning. Both sides have had their chances and, they'll have to go on what they've put forward.
Depending on how long they take and whether there's any sticking points, it should be tomorrow.
One potential sticking point in the race to form government is this man.
My name's Tony Crook, I'm running.
The freewheeling national Tony Crook. The independents say they can't make their decision until they know for sure where he will sit.
If Mr Crook is not in a formal agreement on confidence and supply with Mr Abbott, we cannot form a government with Mr Abbott, even if we wanted to.
The West Australian has sought to end the doubt, declaring he will guarantee supply for an Abbott government. I will support the coalition to form a minority government, he says, but I will be on the crossbenches. Okay. After a day chock full of meetings with both sides, the three MPs remain just as coy.
Are you confident that you'll all be voting the same way?
We've always worked very well together and I hope that we'll continue to.
If not, a 75-all stalemate is a live threat.
It does look like we may have to make some choices about whether we stick together to get stable government or not.
Right down to the wire, there's always time for more lobbying.
The main game here has to be stability. That'll be Bill Heffernan. I better answer the phone.
It's a devil of a choice. Hayden Cooper, Late Line.